Getting a woman to chase you says more about you than her. If that's the outcome you're looking for, you should focus inward more than outward. You need to hone the man you are so that more women find you attractive. An important point to note here is that it's futile to try making only a specific woman chase you. I'm sure you know spot reduction doesn't work when you're trying to lose facial or belly fat. In the same sense, spot attraction doesn't work as well. You need to build yourself up to be a man of value who attracts a lot of women in general. And in doing so, you'll increase the odds of attracting that girl you want in the first place. If that sounds good, let's get into how you can have women chase you while just being you. And the number one thing to do is have makeup time. Don't get the wrong idea. We aren't talking about actual makeup. Makeup time is when you know you've been distant due to your millions of reasons. Because obviously you're a high-value man, and so to compensate, you're giving her proper attention in the time you allocated for her. A lot of inexperienced guys mistake the advice usually given about being busy for having to ignore her all the time. Rookie mistake, fellas. Just like how when you're at the gym, working hard and whatever, then you take a rest day to let your muscles rebuild a little, it's the same concept. Prioritize your work over any and every woman, including the one you're insanely attracted to. But when it's time to make it up, you make it up. You give her a time she remembers for weeks to come, when you're again busy handling your business. Next, number 2, be all right with putting her in the friend zone. I get why many guys don't understand this simple and straightforward point because of their own biology interfering with their thought process. But if you want to win, you can't be a slave to your emotions. Fact to remember, friend zone isn't gender specific. Never was, never will be. If you're showing signs that you're putting her in the friend zone, but she herself is attracted to you, trust me, it'll trigger her defense mechanism. Get this, she might be attracted to you but still put you in the friend zone. But if she's attracted to you and you put her in the friend zone, it's going to have her stressing hard. She'll think up in her mind, wait, this guy obviously thinks he can do better than me. I want him now, ASAP. Just like how you try to get the best deal at the car salesman, trying to cut his price the most you can, all while he's trying to juice as much as he can out of you. A girl tries to make sure she's getting the absolute best deal in a guy. And that, my friends, is determined by who is chasing who. I had a girl who I knew was into me. When we were on text, she said something I found ridiculous, so I had to check her on it. I did exactly that and ended my text with a simple sis, showing her I see a sis in her. Nothing more. Number 3, you haven't won till you've won. You heard of that story of the turtle and the hare? Probably a million times. The point is, the hare thought things were sweet before he crossed the finish line. And guess what happened? He got punked by a tortoise out of all animals. Therefore, brothers, just because she's laughing and showing every single sign of attraction towards you, it doesn't mean you can claim victory and start reclining on your seat. You do that, the next thing you know, she's with some other guy, and you're all like, wow, these girls just aren't loyal. No, brother, you just thought you had won before you actually did. Don't get comfortable with her, especially when your relationship isn't at the state you want it to be at. You do that, you only have yourself to blame for flushing that bit of attraction she had for you. Number 4, let her friends be your friends. Understand this crucial bit about women's nature. They'll either go crazy for you and cut themselves off from their entire social circle and family for you, or, and in most cases, she will dump you, or the idea of you, because her social circle doesn't approve of you. Now, the latter is the case most of the time, so you need to focus on not becoming a victim of that reality. The thing is, if you notice a woman is chasing you and is attracted to you, and you're attracted back, the best thing to do is get into the good books of her social circle. Attend gatherings together, engage in group activities, and show yourself to the people around her. Not only does this give you more chances to engage with her, it also ensures they aren't spewing how much of a bad choice you are in her ears constantly until she finally decides to cut off from you. So, the moral of the story is, be a good guy in the eyes of her friends and family. This advice is not only for the quote-unquote bad guys out there who need to put forward a facade. And side note, don't try putting forward no facade. It's not worth your time, genuinely speaking. Next, number 5. Let her know the distraction she is. When you're trying to build a connection, it's important to convey how committed you are to your personal growth and productivity. And guess what? Most women want a productive man. A man who signals order and competence. When women are looking for a man, I'm sure most, if not all, don't want a stay-at-home husband. They'll have to pamper. So first things first, prioritize your work. Second, be straightforward and tell her she's a distraction. Calling her a distraction means two things. First off, that she's not the main thing going on in your life. I'm sure you agree by now, absolutely the right card to play with women. Second, that she is a distraction. And what is a distraction exactly? Something which pulls you away from another important thing due to its luring nature. So, you're subtly telling her about your intentions. Don't worry about coming off as too direct either, as women tend to overthink a lot. She'll think about what you mean by that, but in general, she'll be happy that she's your distraction. The main point is, you can't actually let her distract you. Don't make promises that you'll give her your utmost attention or anything cheesy of the sort. Just express openly that you're focused on your goals and aspirations. Trust me, it's a powerful way to communicate ambition and drive. You can share that while you enjoy spending time together. Your own pursuits make you who you are and something you can't just forsake. Lastly, use conversational tension to your advantage. A good rule of thumb to keep in mind is, women talk more than men. I read a report on it recently. A woman says about 20,000 words in a day, whereas a man about 7,000. You're probably like, well, what am I supposed to do with that info? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to maintain conversational tension. I know my introverted fellas are going to like this one. As a man, if you find yourself talking more than she is, you're going to make her feel repelled by you. I mean it. We know that life is a game of energy. There's energies all around us. When you're blabbering on and on about how cool you are, you're tapping into your feminine energy. And guess what happens when you're exuding feminine energy? She must now exude masculine energy. You're basically putting her in a spot she most probably is not going to be comfortable in. So even if she was insanely attracted to you before, now she just wants to leave. Hence, as a guy, make sure you're deliberately saying less than her. If you do that, you'll be maintaining conversational tension, and she'll constantly be releasing it. With that, let's conclude today's video. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you support the channel down below by hitting the like button and subscribing for more future content. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Stay blessed.